Hi, I'm Matt, and I received a living kidney donation from my friend Roger about 9 years ago. My kidney failure began when I was in my late 40s. At first, that meant that I was tired a lot, that I didn't have the energy that I used to have. I just generally didn't feel well. And then eventually I was told by my doctor that I either had to go on dialysis or that I had to explore a kidney transplant. Living without a working kidney meant that I wasn't just physically ill, but that there was a lot of uncertainty in my life, and that I wasn't sure what was going to be next for me. My family's life changed in so many ways. It was difficult for my wife. I had a 10-year-old daughter at the time, and it was very hard on her. There was a lot of uncertainty in our family. There were a lot of doctor appointments. It was challenging. When my doctor told me that a living donor kidney transplant was my best option, I was in agreement with that. I felt that that was the right choice for me. I had done a lot of homework on my own. My brother had had a kidney transplant 3 or 4 years earlier, and I felt that that was a good option for me. I found that it was easier for me to talk about living donation with my family and my friends because kidney disease ran in my family, and I had experience with that. So it was familiar to me, and it was familiar to my friends and to my family. I was scared, though, that I might have to wait too long, and I was concerned that I might have to go on dialysis before the transplant, and that was a great concern to me. I was trying to avoid, if I could, going on dialysis. When Roger first said that he would think about donating a kidney, I felt this amazing sense of relief, even though I didn't know if he would be a match or that it would work out, that someone cared enough to come forward and to be tested was amazing, and it felt really good. I had many questions about how this would impact Roger's life, including was the surgery safe for him? What would the long-term consequences be for him and his health? Was his family okay with doing this? There were a lot of concerns that I had, and I spoke to my doctor about it. I spoke to Roger about it to make sure that it was safe for him. I tried not to get my hopes up, but Roger reassured me by really getting involved in the process. We learned together about the procedure. I think one of the most interesting things we learned was that even though we were learning things together, we were sort of kept separate in the process. Roger had his own advocate, and I had my own doctor, so he was free to ask whatever he wanted to ask, and any concerns that he had were addressed with his doctor. And I think overall that was a better approach. On the day of the procedure, when I saw Roger before going into the operating room, we talked about our families who were both there. We talked about the procedure. I think we were both nervous, but we were also very excited about what was going to happen. In total, the procedure only took about 4 hours to complete, and Roger and I were in the hospital. I was in the hospital for about 4 days, and Roger was in the hospital for just 1 day. It took about 4 to 5 days before I really felt like myself again, and I had recovered from the surgery. But I could once again, I had my energy back. That felt immediate, and I wasn't cold all the time. My body temperature returned to normal, and I felt like a new person. It's now been 9 years since I received a kidney from Roger, and I feel great. My energy level is good, and I just feel great. The relationship that I have with Roger today is just great. He's become a great friend, and he's a remarkable person, and I'm just so fortunate to have him in my life. I think my favorite memory of this entire journey was when Roger came down the day after the surgery, the next morning, came down fully dressed, ready to go. and looking healthy, and I was doing great and surrounded by my family and his family, and it was just a wonderful moment, that all our expectations were met, and we just felt so fortunate that everything worked out so well. I wanted to especially thank Roger, because really without his generosity, I would not have the life that I am so blessed to have right now. I'm able to be active and participate um, and be active with my family and my wife and daughter, and and we have this wonderful friendship with Roger and his family, and it's a wonderful thing that's happened to all of us. And were it not for his generosity, I'm not sure I would be able to experience that. So it's just been great on so many levels, and I'm so thankful for it. My advice to others who need a kidney is to really stay present, and to, if kidney transplantation is something that you're interested in, do your homework, do as much research as you can, find out as much as you can about it, talk to your doctor. And it's important for people to, I think, to share their story with their friends and with their family, and make sure that they know what you're going through. That's important.